When you first start making music, it's going to be really easy to feel overwhelmed, discouraged, because let's face it, making music is not an easy task. It's not going to take a couple of days, a couple of months. This is a year after year learning process, and trust me, it's not going to be easy. But what is going to be easy is for the people around you to see your music, hear your music, and think, oh, that just doesn't sound good. I don't think he's got it. When in reality, you may not be as far off from making professional music as you think you are. There just may be a few things that you need to learn and tweak, and then you can be making professional sounding music. I've gone through this many times before. For example, I was making a rock song called Insomnia, and I sent a demo over to the singer I was hiring, and I was like, here's my voice. This is what I want you to sing over. The demo that I sent him was so bad, okay? My voice was cracking. I could not hit the pitches. Imagine if I had shown that to a family member and been like, hey, look at this song I just made. What I didn't realize fully was that that song was actually super good. I produced it well. Everything about that song was really good. But the problem was it wasn't mixed correctly, and I didn't have the professional singer yet. By the time I got the vocals back, that too did not fix my problem. I sent it over to my mentor and I said, hey, can you help me mix this? When he sent me back that mix, I had chills going down my spine. So here's mine. And here's the version I got back from him. Insane difference, okay? I produced a good song, I just didn't know how to mix and I didn't know how to sing. These are things that can be learned, that's the good thing. I mean, not everybody's gonna be a good singer, but at least you can hire a singer and learn mixing engineering. These are fixable problems. I remember I worked on a song, thought it was good, added vocal samples, and then I showed it to my friends and I was like, hey, check this out. He was like, I'm not joking, that's literally what happened. And so this is going to be a common thing with your music. You may have a really solid idea, but you haven't figured out how to get it all to fit together like a puzzle. And this is a process that takes year after year after year. So don't get discouraged when people around you think your music doesn't sound good. The margin of error between your song sounding less professional and then a professional's track may not be that much. In reality, it is a huge scale because what it takes to get from your place to the professional's place is a lot of work. But your ideas may be a lot stronger than you think they are. Or if they are weak, they can be tweaked and fixed. Over time, I've actually looked over some of my old projects that I quit before and was like, man, that was actually a solid idea. Like if I knew what I knew now, that song could have been way further ahead than just me quitting the project entirely. So it's important when you're making music that you don't get discouraged from what other people say around you. Fortunately for me, I was surrounded by people who said they believed in me, said they knew I could do it, but I just wasn't getting the reactions when I would show someone a song that I was hoping for, and rightfully so, because my music was not professionally at that level. So now I'm starting to get to the point where I can start to get tracks to sound more professional, or I know what I need to do to get them to sound professional. If I need to hire out a mixing engineer, things like that, I'm starting to finally understand what it takes. But back then, my music just was good, but not good enough to make people cry. And that's the thing that we all want to work up to, is to be able to produce music that really touches people in a way that makes them feel emotional and stuff like that. I've had a lot of people tell me I'm crazy or I am working too hard, I'm too uptight. And to their standards, yes, that's true. I mean, I have had to work extremely hard to get this far in music production. This was definitely not something that was easy. I remember getting up at 4:30 sometimes to get music in before work. Because let's face it, most of us all here have jobs. We got to go to work. We can't just spend all day making music. And so I had to find time somehow. So waking up at 4:30, opening projects, listening hour after hour after hour, and just getting nowhere, it felt like sometimes. And then I would sometimes have those moments where I would break through and make something I truly thought was amazing, and then show it maybe to somebody and they just don't have the same reaction I did. But that's okay, because honestly, that has happened to me so many times. When I show a professional's track to somebody else that I know, like a friend, sometimes I find an amazing track that I love, a song, I'm like, man, guys, this song is so good. I show it to my cousins or something and they're just like, eh, it's good. So music is one of those things where even if you have an amazing sounding track, it is professional and everything's perfect about it. If you just show it to the wrong person, they're not going to like it. That happens with professional tracks all the time. Think about how many professional tracks are on the radio that your friends don't like or they say they hate. A lot of work went into those songs and they are good. It just depends on who's listening. So just because your friends say that they don't like your music or they just don't have a reaction that you want them to have does not mean you have bad music. Like for that rock song Insomnia that I was talking about that I released about 8 months ago, the people that heard it, once it was fed to the right audience, they loved it. But as long as it's good and you know it's good, there's a high chance that somebody else will think it's good. You just got to find that person. One of my songs somebody listened to 50 times. I'm like, that's amazing. Somebody out there listened to my song 50 times. It didn't get a ton of plays, but I at least changed one person's life in some way. Anyways, no matter what people say to you, this is not going to be something that's going to be easy. It's going to be hard, but you can do it. It's not that hard to learn. It just takes a lot of time and a lot of dedication. For me, I've spent years over and over again, just when I hear music, when I'm listening to music in the car, I'm like literally thinking in my mind what the music's doing. Okay, what kind of snare are they using? What kind of kick drum is that? What's the rhythm? What are those? All the time I'm listening to music and analyzing. Never stop analyzing. If you want to get somewhere good, you have to be able to understand how it's done, and you get that way by remaking professional tracks and listening intently, not just for fun, but really picking apart music and listening from a different artist standpoint of seeing how it was made. That's going to be a game changer for you, so you can know what's acceptable in music and what's not. And yeah, you don't want to totally follow the rules every time. You do have artistic license, but you want to be able to create something that will be liked by other people. So anyways, hope that helped in some way. Don't listen to what people say. If people tell you can't, if you're bad at music, just keep going, keep trying. It's going to take years. I still have not reached professional level all the way yet. So as long as you're willing to put the work in, you can get amazing results in. And I've been dreaming for the moment I've reached for now, where I can finally start to make tracks that are professional. And I'm so glad I just stuck to it to the end, because had I quit back then, even just a year ago, I wouldn't have got to the point where I am now. This has been the most productive year so far, of the most amount of tracks I've made that sound close to professional. And had I given up, I wouldn't have got to this point. So keep going, and hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to subscribe if you want more videos. And if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, check my website in the description. I'd love to work with you on your projects. And yeah, have fun making music.